Well, shall we get down to work on it?
What's to be done with our subscribers and advertisers who don't like this new direction?
It doesn't matter if they like it or not. We're going to do things my way, for the benefit of the people.
Well, then you're prepared to lose money.
Well, of course not. Of course not. We won't. Well, I mean, if there are defectors, we'll merely launch a new subscription drive. We'll bring in new advertisers. Oh, that reminds me, I would like to meet the director of sales right away.
Then your mind is made up. Temple's being totally revamped.
Definitely. Well, are you with me or not?
It's my job to be with you. You're the editor.
I like your attitude, Daphne. Welcome aboard.
What's the favor?
Well, I wouldn't ask this if I thought there were any other way.
Oh, well, what is it?
Well, when I was upstairs, I had all these images that were running around in my head. I thought I was saying goodbye to you and to Nina, and then they were taking me away to some kind of death.
Daisy, it's not going to happen.
It could.
Daisy, you mustn't even think that way.
But see, I've remembered a lot of things recently. I remembered how I came back to Pine Valley as Monique Geneville. Went to the university and I took all those boring courses just so I could be near Nina. And then I fell in love with you. I went to so much trouble to get the two of you back. I sure would hate to lose you now.
Don't you worry. I'm going to bring you home a free woman. Don't you worry about that.
I can't take a chance on that. PC, I want you to get me out of the country.
By the courts.
Oh, maybe. Look how many innocent people have rotted in jail for years.
Daisy, I'll keep my investigators on it until you're free.
Your investigators? I could be executed before they find anything. No, PC, you've got all the money and all the power to send me out of the country.
Daisy, if you went to a foreign country, if you escaped to a foreign country, I mean, how would you see the family that you just can't bear? I mean, it's total madness, Daisy.
It is not. You would all come and visit me, for heaven's sake. No, what's madness is getting me executed for a murder I didn't do. Please, please help me.
Daisy, I mean, how would you possibly live? I mean, you'd be on the run all the time. It'd be...
On your money? I'd live like mad. Anyway, I wouldn't stay away long. I would just stay away until the investigators turned up who really did the murder.
Then you'd be tried for jumping bail and leaving the country illegally.
Oh, that's a lot better than being tried for murder, don't you think? Come on, PC, are you going to help me or not?
No, that's too phony.
You look perfect.
Well, but do I look like a lady editor? I mean, do I look like Rosalind Russell would look?
Rosalind who?
Rosalind Russell. Didn't you ever see any old movies?
Erica, trust me. You look absolutely pleased and excited.
Oh, well, great. I just hope that the camera captures my enthusiasm.
Oh, it will. I'm sure it will. Why don't you stand by the easel?
Okay.
The people back in Pine Valley are going to love seeing this, seeing you in your new career.
What about you, Greg? What about you? What about your career? Have you decided?
Yes, I have.
Yes?
This is it. Photography.
Well, that's wonderful. That's just great. I mean, it's so creative, you know. It's a powerful means of communication.
Oh, that's great. I wish my mother thought that.
Oh, she will. She will in time. You're very talented, you know.
Erica,
and I'm delighted that the Bolton gave you this job because I really like working with you.
Erica, you could make any photographer look good. How about a look at the mirror?
Okay. Isn't it any wonder that I like you? And I've always liked you. Ever since I saw you with Jenny.
Well, that was a long time ago.
But Mike felt that way too about you. He really liked your work. He really depended on you for friendship.
Well, I take that as a real compliment. Thank you very much.
Mike was the most beautiful person I ever knew.
It's a better world because he was here.
And I have to make it better, Greg. I have to make it better because of him. Oh, Greg!
Meg, how nice you're here. Erica says you were coming over. How are you, darling? Erica, I have succeeded beyond my wildest expectations.
Oh.
I have signed Cheryl Teagues, Ralph Lauren, and Christy Brinkley, all to do projects for Tempo. Now, isn't that a coup?
Oh, that's lovely. I mean, they are all perfect. Okay, now there is one large group of our readers we have not addressed ourselves to. We are not reaching them. The young people.
Oh, darling, Cheryl and Christy are young.
I know. I've worked with Cheryl a lot. But what I'm talking about is the teen market. We really have to focus in on them.
Well, that shouldn't be too difficult. There are lots of famous young people, lots of famous teenagers.
No, I don't want a celebrity. I want just a sincere, sensitive teenager who can really, tell us the American teenager's view of this mixed-up world we live in.
Well, you don't want to get too heavy, Teenagers, they're into horror movies and rock stars.
I know, but they're very vulnerable and very insecure underneath all that punk makeup and everything. I want a teenager who can tell us, who understands how difficult it is, the relationships with their parents and the heartbreak of first love. Now, see, if I were a teenager again, I could do it.
I'm drawing a blank.
I especially want to have a teenager who is trying to find his or herself through a career in the arts.
Mr. Lassiter, do you feel that the DA has presented a convincing case against your client?
Absolutely not. He has not produced one shred of concrete evidence. This case should never have come to trial.
But you do agree that Mrs. Cortland did have a motive and an opportunity to commit this crime?
Well, strictly speaking, motive is relative. Daisy Cortland is psychologically incapable of killing anyone. Any jury can tell that.
So then you expect that Mrs. Cortland will be acquitted?
I expect justice. Excuse me, I have to go now.
Thank you, Mr. Lassiter.
Mr. Lassiter, would you tell us one more thing? What do you think about
Oh, choose here. You want to see my mother convicted?
Your mother is not going to be convicted. Now we have to go inside. Come on. It's okay. Excuse us, please.
Boy, I almost hate to be here.
Oh, darling, this is far too important to miss. I mean, the whole town's talking about it.
Marion?
Rumors are absolutely unbelievable.
What rumors?
Well, the craziest rumor is that Daisy was hypnotized into killing Zach Grayson. She went in, she stabbed him, and then came to holding the murder knife.
Well, that's ridiculous. Who was supposed to hypnotize her?
Palmer, of course. He was supposed to hire someone to do it. The whole theory is he would get rid of Zach Grayson and an expensive ex-wife as well.
No. Palmer wouldn't do that. I know for a fact that he loves Daisy.
That's another theory. Oh, my dear, I am so glad this grisly business is about to come to an end.
Well, it's not. Not if Daisy's convicted.
Well, Palmer will get her off, if he really wants to.
What, you don't think he does want to?
I don't know, darling. Frankly, Palmer Cortland has always seemed to me to be a little bent.
Oh, Marion,
Darling, I'm not passing any moral judgment. Frankly, I don't care if he is totally certifiable. I mean, I just want to leave town, go to Florida, and start a new life with my darling fiancé.
You'll see your darling fiancé a lot sooner if you get into the club. Excuse me.
Where is Daisy? Why isn't she here?
I can't think where she can have got to.
I just have the most awful feeling about this verdict.
No, she's got to be acquitted.
She doesn't got to be. We just want her to be.
But we know she's innocent.
Where is your client, Tyson?
I'm sure she's on her way.
She better be. She's late already.
She's not that late. Just be patient.
Tell that to Judge Hogan. She's the one who's chomping at the bit. Your client couldn't have picked the worst day to be late.